Welcome back to Bandwagon Fans. I'm Jeff.
Jason here.
And we just got done watching Black Panther.
Really good?
Really good. 18th movie of the MCU. Initial thought?
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. And I gotta say, 18 movies in, and they keep finding ways to get better.
Yeah.
That is probably the most mind-blowing thing about the MCU and this whole Marvel phenomenon. They keep doing things different, and they keep doing things better.
Yeah, I mean, and these movies that it's going to kind of take a break from the story arc. It's not you're not gonna have anything to do with the Infinity War in this. You're probably not gonna have cameos or nothing. It's gonna be a straight-on story about the character you're seeing. And hey, man, they did a fantastic job. I think this probably, of the standalone movies not involved with the continuing story arc of the last few years, your Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, it's my favorite.
Better than Doctor Strange, better than Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Not better than Captain America: Winter Soldier. But so let's talk. What genre is Black Panther other than being a superhero movie? Because a lot of the Marvel movies, they kind of match another genre. Winter Soldier was like a 70s spy political thriller.
Yeah.
What genre would you put Black Panther in?
Hamlet. Drama. Family drama, man.
So you mentioned Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King, totally. I mean, it's not just because both took place in Africa, I'm telling you.
The story was similar to Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
There were shades of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There was a lot of adventure.
A lot of adventure movie.
Yeah, a lot of island adventure, if you will, type of formula. Yeah,
I heard some people mention there are some James Bond elements, and that's definitely there. Like, this movie was like 5 different movies all in one, and they all worked.
And they tied them all perfectly. The pacing, the editing was just fantastic. I mean, I'm normally fidgety, during movies when I go out in the theater for like the last, 15, 20 minutes.
Especially, right, it's about 11, almost 11:30 right now. We just got back from the theater. Usually, like, my day started about 5 o'clock this morning. So usually if we watch a movie late night like this, I'm really fidgety and tired. This movie kept my attention. I will say, we go see Thor Ragnarok, go see Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm ready to go see it that weekend again.
Yeah, right.
I'm not ready to see this movie again right away. It's a good movie, but I need like another week because it is very dense political messaging, and I need a few days to decompress after watching it. Yeah,
you can definitely fit this into like it takes place like right after 2 weeks after Civil War.
A week. They mentioned it was a week.
It definitely goes into that whole, what took place in Civil War with T'Challa's father getting murdered, and you see more of Claw, and Claw was introduced in the other films, and kind of continues with all of that with Claw trying to get the vibranium and all of that. So there was some continuations, and there's some familiarities with all of that, like what you said, very government, very political. I mean, with the way, the debate on Wakanda, like whether or not it should be, it should come out, if you will, and
come out of the closet, Wakanda.
Contribute to the problems of modern day society. Message filled too. This movie did have some messages very relevant to today.
So that's almost a whole. People are going to be talking about this movie for the next decade, and the one thing people are going to be talking about all the time is the parables between, or the parallel between Black Panther and Wakanda and the United States with Trump as president. And what's amazing is this movie wrapped production was written and produced before the election.
Sure.
And yet it is as timely as anything could be with kind of the appearance of spoiler alert, with an imposter king.
Eric Killmonger, right. You get into kind of the way the movie starts. You get that flashback from '92.
Right.
We go into an apartment. We see 2 guys kind of planning something. They get a visit from the current king of Wakanda, T'Challa's father.
T'Challa's father, right.
And, it turns out that the guys in the apartment was the king's brother and a spy. That Wakanda had sent in to kind of watch over things and kind of establish the fact that this guy was a traitor to Wakanda, and he was, kind of in cahoots with Claw, if you will.
What was the spy a football player?
That's funny.
So Fast Times at Ridgemont High reference. Some of you will get that. Some of you have no clue what we're talking
about.
Lincoln. Kill Lincoln.
I mean, let's just say that. So we get that flashback. The murder happens. The king saves a young Forrest Whitaker's life because his brother was trying to kill both him and the king. Behind their back, they turn their back on the guy. He saves it to save Forrest Whitaker, the character's life. I forget the guy's name, the character Forrest Whitaker plays.
I think everybody not named T'Challa was named Suri.
Saw Gerrera. We'll just go with Saw Gerrera, right? I mean, let's face it. I guess Forrest Whitaker is going to be one of those guys that just pops up in movies again.
I'm fine with that.
Forrest Whitaker's like the new James Earl Jones.
Okay. Time out for a second.
Yeah.
X-Men, Fantastic Four joining the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we talking? We're talking about Forrest Whitaker.
Right.
Forrest Whitaker as Magneto.
Come here, child.
Because you can't we're too far past World War II to do the Holocaust story. But update it to an African story, or where he's say his family was murdered during Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody does crazy, despotic, rebellious leader better than Forrest Whitaker. He is the perfect Magneto.
You know what? He probably would play a good Magneto.
He would be perfect. Zealot. Nobody does Zealot better than Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
So, Feige, if you're listening, Forrest Whitaker is the next Magneto.
That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
I mean, I'm such a fan of Forrest Whitaker.
Right, and time back in, back to Black Panther.
Yeah, back to Black Panther. So shoot forward to modern day, and we got the ceremony going. T'Challa's going to be proclaimed as king. Forrest Whitaker is there. He's kind of like the right-hand man of the king ceremony. Kind of like a lot of familiarities to Lion King. Like Forrest Whitaker's character reminded me of the monkey in the Lion King, the shaman.
Yeah, that's what he was.
Robert Guillaume.
He was the spiritual.
Right, a lot of type of, I just kept thinking about that movie this whole time,
Well, you just watched.
I had just watched it too.
You just watched Lion King.
Just so happened.
I just saw Lion King in 1990, so it's fresh in my memory too. So
it's a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Anyway, so T'Challa, he gets one guy, that wants to challenge him for the throne. Umbatu? Umbagu. God, I forget.
So he's in the comic book. I am going to cheat and occasionally pull up characters and stuff so that we
Right. I mean, the name escaped me, but very familiar thing. This fight T'Challa had with Umbatu. It was in the comic books. M'Baku. It was in the comic books. It was in the Avengers animated series that came out a few years back. There was an episode of Black Panther where that fight was depicted. He was challenging for the throne, and he turned out to be a really good character.
Yeah.
He didn't really get it in this scene, but later on when he makes his appearance, he's one of the good ones.
He's funny.
He's a really good character.
He's a badass, and he's the comic relief. He's great.
Yeah, he's great. He kind of had Claws, the comic relief, and then it kind of went down. Yeah.
But the comedy wasn't the typical Marvel, and I love the Marvel humor. I'm not knocking Marvel at all.
Sure.
I just love almost everything.
I mean, you have your Guardians, you have your Thor comedy.
But these weren't the yucks of Thor Ragnarok.
No.
This was in the moment. It made sense for what was going on. And they didn't this movie did not pull any punches.
No, I love Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis was great.
I mean, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's good as Caesar. He was good as
let's run through some of the performances real quick.
Oh, sure.
I've heard a few people say that this was not really a Black Panther movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think Chadwick Boseman was too understated, or what do you think of his performance?
I think his performance was fine.
I do too. I don't know what people.
I don't know what's going on with that. It's a Black Panther movie. You totally get that.
So there's a stretch where he's not in the movie, but this is a Black Panther movie. The other people, the supporting cast, is a supporting cast. This is some people are saying that it's like
there's no shared spotlight in this movie. There really is not.
Well,
I mean, you get great performances, but you know who's the lead.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah,
Great,
really good.
Best Marvel villain so far?
You know what? Maybe I could give that some thought a little bit, but yeah, I mean, as far as Marvel villains go, I don't know if he's better than Loki, but he's up there.
I think Loki's kind of overrated.
Do you think Loki's overrated? Well,
I still think probably the best villain so far has been the Winter Soldier. I might rethink that.
You know what? I mean, yeah, that didn't even cross my mind because now my mindset is he's on the goods. But yeah, I mean, definitely a really good villain. Brings that that attitude, very confident. You know, I mean, in this performance, he owned it. He really did. From his very first appearance when he was in that museum. You know,
this is the director was Ryan Coogler. This is their third movie together.
Okay.
Fruitvale Station, Apollo, and now Black Panther.
Okay. Well, did you see the other two?
I have not. Fruitvale Station is on my to-do list. I did see Apollo, and Apollo was
Apollo
great.
Was good. Huh?
Yeah. So this is. Let's hope they make some more movies together because that was great.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, you know, so pretty much after T'Challa takes the throne, you know, kind of shoot forward to them going after Claw immediately. Kind of under like the council, if you will, the royal council, half agrees with him, half don't. He does it anyway. Claw's his main concern. So we shoot into Korea. They go to South Korea. There's this underground casino.
Busan.
Yeah.
So big title card. So one of the things they did in this movie was they were constantly switching between their Wakandan language and English.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. It might be the only real nitpick I have of the movies. I don't. If they have their own language, they should be speaking their own language the whole movie. Why would they ever speak English?
I guess just American movies to cater to the audience.
Yeah, but then don't throw
subtitles, maybe.
But then don't throw in the Wakandan language at all.
No, I understand. Had our Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
You know, T'Challa meets the agent there at the table,
right.
and yeah, not one of his best ones.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of a throw-in.
I still like the one in the Hulk where he drinks the soda and he's all woo.
Excelsior! No, the best one.
What?
The best one is probably Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where we confirmed the Watchers.
Oh yeah, where are you guys going?
As far as just being fun, his best cameo was. Avengers: Age of Ultron, where he drinks he takes the shot from.
He's
Asgard.
one of the veterans.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and he's all wee.
I think that's Age of Ultron. And
right. That was good. Yeah. I forgot.
He says Excelsior on the way out.
Excelsior. But anyway, you know, blah blah blah. A bunch of ruckus goes on into the casino. Action.
Again, some people are complaining that there wasn't enough action in the movie.
The pacing
was fine.
About that.
Some of the CGI, particularly at the end, looked
the
unfinished.
rhinoceros.
It looked unfinished.
And of course you're going to get that with that, right?
The final battle and underground in the cave.
Yeah.
Too dark.
Yeah.
I hate it. When you make any kind of a martial arts hand-to-hand movie, it's got to be in daylight. We have to be able to see what's going on, especially if both of the guys are wearing black suits and it's in a dark cave.
So you're saying they probably shouldn't have even bothered with the whole in the mountains.
In the mountain, no, just do that fight outside.
Yeah, right.
It would have been best if they had gone into the canyon and it was in the river, but you can't. It's the same problem whenever Jet Li's American movies. They're always filmed. They're always staged at night. And you can't appreciate the movement and what's going on because it just blurs into the background.
Okay, I never realized that. Yeah, Jet Li movies.
All right, so look, if you ever watch our stuff, we don't care about spoilers. We're just going to talk about the movie.
Yeah.
When he actually stabbed Killmonger and Killmonger said, "Nice move," I was like, sure, we couldn't see the move because it was black on black. And I don't mean two black characters, I mean black costume against a black background. You literally could not discern what was happening. So.
Well, and kind of the contrast to that, when they leave the casino, the whole, the streets of Korea car chasing. One of the best scenes in the movie. I love this scene. It was very exciting. You can see that
but there was enough light there.
There's enough
see what
light
was
there,
going
yeah.
on.
I mean, this was kind of the underground. All the lights was just kind of on that bridge there where they were fighting. Right. But so you got that. You got the car, the big car chase scene. That's one of the highlights of the movie. A lot of explosions and wreckage going on there. And then after the car chase, what happens? Okay, so they return to Wakanda after all of that. Didn't get Claw. He ends up returning with the agent because the agent. Am I right? He got in front of.
No.
Or am I jumping ahead?
Killmonger broke Claw out of the cell.
That's right.
Korea,
That's right.
And then he killed Claw.
Yes.
And he dragged Claw back to Wakanda.
That's right. I got a little ahead of myself, but yeah, he drove. Right, and that's kind of how he. There was this one. What was the name of the character that was kind of like he was with T'Challa, but just not convinced T'Challa was.
When you're watching movies, don't worry about the stupid stuff. So there is no damn way in hell somebody flew from South Korea to the Central Africa in a freaking prop plane, in a little single engine Cessna. That shit ain't happening. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't think about that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. You thought about that.
Because they're in it. First of all, they weren't even at an airport. It was a junkyard for planes.
Right.
With a little single
with that
Cessna.
one plane that was, I guess, was going to run. Well, you know what?
And that plane goes from South Korea across the Indian Ocean to Africa. No, that's not happening.
The only thing that crossed my mind when it panned over that airport when they first got there was, where's the runway? How's that plane getting out of there? I saw an opening of the chain link fence. I was thinking maybe they're going to go out there and just take off.
But
and then, unfortunately, that scene, we get this spoiler. Claw dies, and I didn't like that. The villains just keep dying in these superhero movies.
But there's so many more
to
villains
make room for the new. I get it, but it always pains me.
I mean,
especially when the villain's good. Andy Serkis is good.
I like it when they die. I like it when they die. Kill them all.
I mean, I didn't much care later on, with Eric there. But Claw, I liked Andy Serkis. I dug it. But and he finally had his vibranium sonic blaster that they really, because in the comic books it's just there. He has it. It's not concealed. In this, they made a really good effort with the makeup and with the technology and with the effects to make it look like he had a prosthetic on, and it opened up and you saw the cannon. Like he had it concealed in like a prosthetic. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, So after that, we get Eric Killmonger brings Claw's body to again, this character's name, it escapes me. T'Challa's friend. That ended up siding with Eric. Well, anyway, he ends up bringing him to the tribe that was kind of on the fence with T'Challa's way of thinking, convincing them to join him. And then he goes and he challenges for the throne.
Wakabi.
Well, I should remember that. Wakanda. So him and Wakabi and that tribe, because Wakanda, that's another thing. Wakanda is 5 tribes. And there was an outside tribe that worshipped the white gorilla that M'Buku was the king of. And then you had the 4 tribes that M'Baku. And then you had the 4 tribes that lived, together in Wakanda, and this other tribe they lived on the outskirts.
The
hill
mountains.
Yeah, the hills. They were the Highlanders, if you will.
The vegetarian hillbillies.
Oh my God, that was funny. Yeah. But so challenges T'Challa for the throne and kicks his ass. I mean, and not even really cheating, just kicks his ass. Yeah. This guy. But again, they make it clear that the guy is just trained out of his mind. He's special ops, the whole 9. SEAL, right? Navy SEAL, maybe? I didn't catch it, but I don't know. The guy was trained.
You think him and Frank Castle are buddies?
You know what? Punisher versus Killmonger. Damn. That could have been something.
Yeah, because they both would have been in Afghanistan at the same time.
Yeah, you know what? And I mean, Killmonger had a different type of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
I mean, because That's what Punisher. That it goes into that with Punisher.
Make it happen, Netflix.
Hey, you could retcon. You know, Eric Killmonger. They got vibranium. Doesn't vibranium bring dead people back to life? Right? Does everything else? This miracle mineral, vibranium. That's like the end all be all. That
no Soul Stone yet.
No Soul Stone. I guess they're keeping that for Avengers.
But we know from the trailers that there's going to be a war in Wakanda.
Yes.
And I still say that the vibranium is the Soul Stone.
Just the vibranium in general.
Yeah, I think that is the Soul Stone.
Just the whole rock, the whole mountain. Okay, right on. Right
or,
on.
Or at least the Soul Stone is embedded in there somewhere.
I mean, I for the life of me, I even have Infinity Gauntlet and everything. I have all the issues, but I can't remember the origins of all the stones in the comic.
It's changed anyway.
But it has, yeah, I'm sure it's changed anyway.
But anyways, so yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here in a minute. But it's just
I mean, you know, it ends up that, you know, he becomes king of Wakanda, and T'Challa gets found by, you know, the gorilla tribe. There's some comic relief. They bring him back from a coma with the flower that gives him the power of the Black Panther. Killmonger had all the flowers destroyed except for the one that T'Challa's sister was able to sneak out, you know. So they go and they revive T'Challa, and he comes back, and we have the whole Wakanda battle. Yeah. And it kind of takes place in two different places. You kind of got what Killmonger's doing up until where, you know, T'Challa comes in, and then they do their own thing, and then you kind of got the field war. You know, it kind of reminded me of the Phantom Menace, not to bring up a bad movie here, but you kind of have that Gungan battle droid war going out in the fields, and then you have the lightsaber duel with Maul and the two Jedis. Kind of reminded me of that.
I was gonna go Two Towers.
Two Towers. Well, okay, sure.
I mean, we don't have to bring up bad memories.
Hey, the only good part of the Phantom Menace was that lightsaber duel.
Yeah.
I mean. So, but you know, great scenery, great colors.
Yeah.
When they were fighting, you had the colors. You knew who was Eric with the yellow
outside.
You know,
when they were outside.
Right, and you knew who the Black Panther was with the purple highlights.
But once they went in the cave, once they went in the cave, you still could tell who was who, but their movements, their actions just got blurred in. So. End of the movie, like I said.
Well, yeah, it kind of goes back to the way Eric was promised. When you become the Black Panther, you're given this flower liquid. It's a liquid that they make with this flower, and you kind of go on a trip, an existential trip, and you kind of go back to and you kind of have a meeting with your dad. T'Challa had one with his father out in the fields where they kind of represented panthers. But Eric Killmonger, since he was never raised in Wakanda, his flashback goes back to the apartment that they originally lived in, with him and his father discussing that they'll probably never be accepted by Wakanda, and he'll probably never be a true Wakandan. And then he revives himself from that, and then flash forward to the Black Panther stabbing Eric. Eric's going to die. He knows he's going to die. T'Challa offers to try to help. He's like, no, because he knows who he is, and he'd rather have death than just to be a prisoner. He's not going to do that. But T'Challa did a nice gesture. And it goes back to earlier in the film when his father in the flashback tells him the sunsets in Africa are the most beautiful thing in Wakanda that you've ever seen. So flash forward, and T'Challa takes Eric out of the cave and makes sure Eric sees a sunset on Wakanda before he dies. And I thought that was a really good scene.
It was nice.
Yeah, I really did. You know.
So, like I said, for me, it's gonna be probably a week before I go back and see this, which is rare for a Marvel movie. Civil War I saw 3 times the first weekend, but I got a little choked up at the end.
Sure.
The messaging of the movie is really powerful, and considering everything that's going on in the country right now, I need a break from. This is a great movie. It's probably going to be top 5 Marvel movies for me, but it is going to be a few days before I go back to see it.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if I'll see this again in the theater. You know, I tend to only do once, and then of course I buy it the day it comes out, and then I just enjoy it at home. But I will say it's definitely worth rewatching.
Yeah, definitely worth rewatching.
This movie isn't just like something to wait until it comes out on
But
Blu-ray.
it's not eye candy. So a lot of the Marvel movies, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, you can watch them over and over again. This is more like a Godfather type movie where you can watch it, think about it, come back to it a few days later, a week later, a month later.
Yeah, family and politics.
But it's not it's not a movie you can just jump in halfway through and just like, oh, I'm just gonna watch the rest of this. It's
an involved story. Yeah. It's an involved story that you don't sit down and just pop it in, just to be entertained. It's something that you really got to be in a mood for. But a good movie, a good mood movie, really good one. So you want to talk about the last spoiler right before we end in the conversation? The last thing we see after the credits.
Sure.
We see these three kids hovering over a body, laughing, giggling, running out of the hut when the guy revives himself. T'Challa's sister is asking them if the man woke up. What was the nickname they gave the man?
White Wolf.
The White Wolf, and it turns out it is Winter Soldier Bucky.
Yep.
Without his cyber arm, but doing good.
One-armed Bucky, kind of like one-armed Claw.
Yeah, kind of like a lot of one arms.
They don't like white guys with arms in Wakanda. Or maybe they do, I don't know. There was a punchline in there somewhere, and I ran all over
it just goes to say in the Marvel Universe, when you try to, I guess, do things that, are wrong and you shouldn't be doing, you lose limbs.
Overall rating?
Oh, are we rating on a 10 or a 5 here?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, well, whatever it is, I'm going to give it probably the top rating. I mean, if anything, maybe a half star is lost if I had to think about it. But if we're doing a 5-star rating here, I'll go 4.5.
I'm gonna double yours. I'm gonna go a BB9.
Okay, you're gonna go BB9, huh?
BB 9.5 maybe.
I'll go double D10. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, silliness.
So before we wrap, this video ran kind of long, but just want to show off. These are the new T-shirts. They are going to be available soon. Bandwagon fans, get on the bandwagon. I'm Jeff.
I'm Jason.
See you next time.